Hello and welcome. You're watching The Big Picture with me, Ishan. Today we focus on the BJP National Executive in Allahabad, where the party deliberated on a range of issues with a specific focus on the UP Assembly elections and also the elections that are coming up to state assemblies next year. Now, while the party passed an economic, a foreign affairs and a political resolution, as is the norm with its national executives, the focus this time was also on issues such as the recent Mathura clashes and the alleged migration from Kerala. So what is the BJP's game plan in Uttar Pradesh and what are the key takeaways from this Allahabad National Executive? To answer these questions, we'll of course be getting voices from the ground over there. From the BJP, we'll be joined by a representative from Allahabad. But in the studio right now, we have Vinod Sharma, political editor at the Hindustan Times, and Vivek Bansal, spokesperson, the Congress Party. Vinod, I'll start with you. The BJP National Executive touted as the big rallying point for the BJP as it builds up for the UP elections in 2017. But as far as the message that has come out, you've talked about alleged migration from Kerala, you've talked about the Mathura violence. So in terms of the strategy, what is the BJP looking at?
It's obvious. First of all, there is now a bit of a questioning happening on the Kerala issue. The ground reports have suggested that it's a migration from that area and not what they call as efflux. It is not an efflux; it's a migration for economic reasons, for livelihood reasons, and both communities have migrated. People from both communities have migrated. So it remains to be seen how well can the BJP exploit that to consolidate the majority vote in its favor. I am deliberately not using the word polarization because I think that, to adduce polarization tactics to any political party is anachronism, is a great anachronism in democracy. But they are trying to consolidate the majority vote in their favor. And they have chosen Allahabad, which is the political nerve center of UP, for their big event. The Prime Minister is himself there, Mr. Amit Shah is also there, and we'll have to wait for the political resolution of the BJP in order to get a clear idea about their game plan there. But most certainly, a substantial part of the game plan shall be the consolidation of the majority vote.
Okay. So consolidation is the BJP's game plan. It seems a majority of that would be part of that game plan. But Mr. Bansal, as far as the Congress Party is concerned and its stakes in the elections in UP, I don't want to focus on the BJP because we do not have the representatives with us right now. But talking about the Congress Party and its game plan now, a lot of rumor mills have suggested that the name from Priyanka Gandhi as the UP Chief Minister, Chief Ministerial candidate for the party, to various other things that the party could be doing. But in terms of strategy, can you share anything with us to compare with the BJP's?
Yeah, definitely. You see, party, there's a lot of serious thinking had been going on, and as it is, you all know that how the services of Prashant Kishore too had been roped in. And recently, in fact, when we talk of the strategy, Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad, who has a substantial amount of experience as far as UP politics and Congress politics is concerned, he has been appointed as the General Secretary. So party is taking it very seriously and strategizing things. And it's still 7-8 months to go. And I think we are the way the groundwork is going on as far as selection of the candidates and all. We have been given to understand that at least 100-150 candidates would be declared much before the onset of the election. So I think definitely we are going to, and this is how I feel that at the moment, as far as political wave is concerned, there is no political wave. Much would be depending how you select your candidates, how the ability of the candidates, how strong they are on the ground, and also I think we should be. I am very optimistic as far as the outcome of the elections. People may, whatever the people may say, whatever their opinions may be, when they, and then let me tell you, in politics, though Mr. Vinod ji is there, he has as far as this journalism is concerned, he has a tremendous experience behind him. But and he may differ with me, but I would like to say that in politics, there is 2 and 2 never makes 4. Politics always gives something to confound.
All right.
And something.
So something the Congress could be doing something that could confound everybody, and that is what I mean. The Congress has been feeding in the media as well. But Mr. Vinod Sharma, the point about the larger issue, because it's after all the national BJP executive in Allahabad. There were economic, foreign affairs, and political resolutions that were also passed by the party, and it seemed to be patting the government on the back for doing a tremendous job. But as far as its impact on national politics, do you think it's still part of that same self-congratulatory note that the BJP seems to be in?
You see, something very interesting has happened in recent days, that Mr. Amit Shah, on the occasion of 2 years of the BJP celebration, he said that the BJP's main contest in UP will be with the Samajwadi Party. And today, in an interview to my newspaper, Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav has made the same point, that his main contestant is the BJP. Now, this makes one think that whether this is a deliberate attempt to play down the Mayawati factor in Uttar Pradesh, which is being talked about generally in the state, that she is a very formidable claimant to power this time. And she has had complete majority of her own in her previous avatar as Chief Minister. So I think that a lot needs to be washed and analyzed before one comes to a conclusion.
Okay.
Also, one has to see what lineup does the Congress present in the state. Yes, of course, Congress is not being billed as a major player as of today. But I agree that it doesn't take much sometimes in politics for the fortunes to turn. We have seen in 2009 that the Congress party had almost 24 seats, 21, 22, if I'm not wrong. 22, and which was, I think, the second highest amongst all the political parties. And that was a very, very surprise, result as one saw it. And everybody at that time, attributed that success of the Congress party to Rahul Gandhi, who is today at the receiving end for the bad show being put up by the party.
Okay.
So I think that in politics, there are no constants, except for the fact that there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. Apart from that, there are no constants in politics.
All right, so no constants in politics, but as far as winners and losers, there were a lot of people trying to be winners in Allahabad, and amongst them was Varun Gandhi, leader of the BJP from UP. Also was Murli Manoj Joshi, who was absent from posters initially, and then his posters did come up. So Gopal Krishna Agarwal, national spokesperson of the BJP, joins us from Allahabad. Gopal, if you can hear me, first let's just try to understand as far as the chief ministerial candidate goes. While the party might have said that the parliamentary board will decide, but quite a few claimants in your camp, aren't there?
There are, because we have, as Amit Shah ji has said, that we have several leaders in UP, and they are capable of taking this responsibility. But actually, finally, as has been said, there is no discussion yet on the chief ministerial candidate, and whatever decision will be taken, that will be by the parliamentary board. At present, we are focusing on how to strengthen the party at the ground level and how to energize the workers, so that UP is a big state and we have a lot of space to cover, and the momentum is on the right track, and we want to energize the workers to focus them on winning the elections in 2017 in UP.
All right, but one area where the energy seems to be focusing on, and I can draw that inference from what your party president, Mr. Amit Shah, to say about the law and order situation and the specific alleged migration from Kairana, and that, as Vinod Sharma was pointing out, could be a little bit of a strategy of consolidation of majority votes. Is that what you're playing over there in Uttar Pradesh, Mr. Agarwal?
No, one thing is very certain, that law and order situation in UP is very bad. Whether you look into any of the incidents over the last 1 or 2 years, there are several examples, and the biggest example is Mathura, where it is said that anybody can see there was a complete failure of law and order in Mathura. And if you analyze the other incidents also in UP, actually whatever conflicts have come around, it is the local government, state government which should control this law and order situation. And it is letting it deteriorate to an extent where a conflict takes a larger than life proportion. So law and order is a complete failure, not alone of law and order in the issues where there are some violent incidents, but if you go into this land grab and issues like land grab, at least the BJP has opened up an email where it was asking people to give their
All right,
report
so the
on their
BJP
land grab by
is
the
taking various
Samajwadi Party,
initiatives, yes, and you're citing the law and order problem, and that, Vinod Sharma, could be a rallying point for almost all political parties in Uttar Pradesh. But as far as the Congress and BJP are concerned, are they really the bigger players in Uttar Pradesh? Would they really be able to cobble up the majorities that they're being talking about? But it's the SP and the BSP who've ruled the roost over there for the past 10, 15 years.
There is no bar on any political party or making claims in the run-up to the elections. Of course, they have to make these claims in order to enthuse their workers, to make them, to mobilize them, to make them work for the party. But as of today, as I told you, that Mayawati is formidable. And insofar as law and order is concerned, I remember once when Mayawati got complete majority, I had an opportunity to speak to Mr. VP Singh, who was alive at that time. And I asked him as to what could be the outcome of the UP elections. And he said Mayawati could get a majority of her own. And I was very surprised. I said, how do you come to this conclusion? So he says that today the situation in UP is bad. The law and order is very bad. And the one who appears to the people as the one capable of doing Danavad will win. Danavad means that one who can fight the evil the best. And Mayawati's record on the law and order front has been better than any other contestant in the field today. Let us forget about other things, but Mayawati's track record on fighting criminalization, criminals in UP has been the best in relative terms. I wouldn't say that it is, there is nothing more to be desired, but surely she has been the best. And if law and order is going to be made an issue by the BJP in the next elections, then it has a formidable contest coming from Mayawati.
Okay.
Most certainly. And mind you, Mayawati is formidable also because Mayawati has the base vote of the Dalits, which the BJP is trying to lure through various gestures, public gestures. Mr. Amit Shah went and bathed with Dalits, and he also had a meal with Dalits. But then, you see, it is for the Dalits to choose one amongst them than to choose somebody who's trying to be one amongst them. So, it's a toss-up. You want to have to see, insofar as Mulayam is concerned, Mulayam too has a base vote of Yadavs, and Mulayam has clout amongst the minorities like Mayawati. So, and even in the worst of situations, Mulayam Singh Yadav is not going to, his tally is not going to come anything down than 50 to 60.
This time it could become a three-party contest in that sense.
It looks like a triangular, triangular.
Triangular.
If the BJP is able to show its, is able to improve its situation and position on the ground. And we'll have to wait whether the Congress, which is allegedly fourth, whether it is able to become a factor in this contest or not.
Absolutely. Get the organization in place. Vivek Bansal, I'll let you respond to that. But quickly, Gopal, Krishna, Agarwal, you know, as far as the BJP's politics is concerned, specifically with Uttar Pradesh in mind, let's start talking about the fact that the polarization politics, Vinod sir does not want to call it that. He's calling it the majority consolidation. But that was a dangerous thing that happened. It led to riots in Muzaffarnagar, and it happened right before the 2014 election campaign, and there are fears that are growing that situations could develop like this. There are inflammatory sort of speeches that come in once in a while, not from the government, not from the party, but from affiliates of the party. So is there a strategy to present one face for the development and another for polarization and consolidation?
Actually, no political party sets the agenda of the election. It is the people. They set the agenda, and out of the problems or the issues that are confronting the people at large, the political party picks up those issues which it sees that it can solve, and its own image can help in building a positive consensus on that issue. So what our thought is, the law and order is the issue which the people of the UP are confronting with, and they want the government make it an agenda of election this year. So we are very comfortable that we are able to solve these issues, and people are quite worried about this. One agenda is this, and second, the important agenda is economic development, because ultimately,
but you're not answering my question. You're not answering my question about the inflammatory speeches that keep coming in. There was a speech that called for minority-free India. It might be a fringe element, but the party does not castigate. The party does not say that such voices should be condemned unequivocally, and does not do that. So that leads to a situation of almost a double speak. What would you say to that?
No, you can call it doublespeak, but always we have been telling that we do not support minority appeasement. We consider equal treatment to all citizens, not based on religion. There should be
Nobody is contesting that, but okay, fair enough.
Any community based on religion.
Okay, Vinod wants to come in. Gopal.
The second important thing is let me finish. Yeah,
okay.
Let me finish. The most important thing is that if the agenda is set, we want the economic development of all communities, but we believe in strong nationalism. So if you call these things as a polarization, that's a different issue. But as far we are concerned, we are against appeasement and strong nationalism.
That is but you haven't answered my question about the hate speeches, about the speeches that call for ridding this country of minorities. And I think I would not get an open answer over here. But Mr. Bansal, talking about the Congress party, somebody from the BJP is saying that it's not a Congress Mukh Bharat, it's a Congress Yukt BJP, that it's becoming, your leaders are leaving en masse to join the BJP. There's a serious problem with the Congress party. And despite that, you think you're still a serious contender for the UP 2017?
When you say that Congress leaders are joining, except for isolated incidents like Vijay Bahuguna and all, who had some...
you had a horde of leaders from joining the TRS today in Telangana.
No, TRS, now you shifted to, definitely you see, people have their own agendas and all where it suits them. It's very unfortunate that despite that today nobody subscribes to an ideology. This is very unfortunate, because what used to happen earlier, that people had some ideology. People's ideology now is that somehow they should be back in the governments in the saddle of power.
Okay.
So this happens. There is nothing to worry about, and I think this is good riddance to bad rubbish. People who don't subscribe to the ideology of the Congress, I think they have no business to be in the party. But we don't are feeling jittery about it. But at the same time, I would like to. Our friend is there. So when he talks of this appeasement, when he talks of this equal rights to everybody, definitely our constitution gives it. But the way that this hatred campaign is being taken, Kerala, for instance, where, as Mr. Vinod Sharma also cited, that in Kerala there could be a migration because of economic reasons, because of definitely and at the same time it has been confirmed that 68 people out there are already dead over there, and some were already present. And I think it is the responsibility of the parliament, my member of parliament, who is from there for last 3 years, what he had been doing. Then all of a sudden he comes out with this, because the elections are approaching.
I'm not going to let you get into allegations, counter allegations, but Vinod sir, the larger question that he's pointed at of ideology and no compromise to win an election, is that a very dangerous trend that is set in, that propriety has been forgotten for electoral victory?
Yes, of course. The ground rules that were observed earlier are no longer observed. And that is by every segment of the society that influences popular opinion, be it the political, be it the politico, or be it the media, There was a time when, in the event of a communal conflagration, one would not name the people, identify the religion of the people who have been killed or who have been hurt or injured. But this is not happening anymore. And I see a degree of duality in the BJP's bid to rake up Kairana because we saw the similar kind of dislocation of Muslims in Muzaffarnagar in the run-up to the 2014 elections. So I think that a national political party, and I make a very serious observation here, has to think twice that winning election by hook or by crook, by raising issues which Mr. Bansal says are seizing popular mind. You see, popular mind gets seized by a whole lot of factors. And one major factor, there could be disinformation. Now, one has to find out first, this political party in Allahabad, we have the Home Minister himself sitting there. We'd like to have a report from the Ministry of Home on what is exactly happening in Kairana. Tell the people honestly. Look, you see, you just can't say that n number of people from one community have left that place out of fear. Now, when you say that, you're actually compounding fear in popular perception, and that is not exactly in sync, may I say with all respect, with what Honorable Prime Minister said in the US Congress. Freedom from fear of all people of India. It doesn't sit in peace with that. So I would only appeal that, look, elections come and go. Nation states stay, electorate stay, political parties stay. Let us not contribute or bequeath to our coming generations an India which is not at peace with itself.
All right, Gopal, respond to that, please.
What I want to say on this is that you cannot simplify the electoral issues so easily. There are no direct relation on issues which confront the nation and electoral victories. If you simplify them to such extent that just to win election a issue is being taken up, that's too much of an expectation from a political party of a national stature. I don't subscribe to his view of simplifying these issues to this extent. One thing. Second thing is, when you point out some of the issues, you see there are issues which have confronted the nation, whether it was in Kashmir or in Assam, which were raised by BJP and the ideology, which have been confronting the nation now and become a serious problem. So, if you are asking of a discussion on the issues, and there are facts, and there ultimately what BJP is asking, they are asking for investigation. The Kairana MP is asking for investigating the issues.
I think that is what Mr. Vinod Sharma was also asking for.
If there is nothing, yeah.
All right, Gopal, we've run out of time.
Also asking,
we've run out of time.
There has to be a report from the DM.
Okay, one very quick question, Mr. Bansal, is that the BJP in its communication has been also talking about the fact that the Congress has been punished for stalling legislative business, and therefore now with the Rajya Sabha victories that the BJP has done relatively better, that talk of Congress Mukh Bharat that the BJP is talking about repeatedly could become reality.
Well, that would prove to be a pipe dream. I think that till the time they are under this illusion, good delusion, I would say. And as far as you mentioned about that, we had been installing legislation and all, I would like to remind them that their leaders' remark when the UPA government was, they were installing all possible bills, be it may GST, be it may FDI, and she was of the opinion that this stalling business is one of the mediums in a democracy. Now, how they have changed their stance, this is really this is one of their one of their forte. I would say BJP's the way they unabashedly they just forget everything. Now the gentleman was saying that. Now the gentleman was talking about
Vivek, I'll have to stop you. I want to give the final word to Vinod Sharma very quickly. We just have about 30 seconds. What can we see in the coming days? Because the national scenario has also changed because of the Rajya Sabha elections and the verdict and the mandate over there. Also, the fact that the poll bugle has been sounded for UP 2017. Does that decide 2019?
Yes, of course. I think that the elections, that the penultimate round of elections in provinces is going to have a major impact on the 2019 election, and I think nobody will disagree with that. If the BJP is able to retain the base that it created for itself in 2014 elections, where it won a majority of the seats, barring a few, in Uttar Pradesh, to the surprise of many, including myself, then I think that it would be rearing to go for 2019 elections. But one thing I'll again underscore, that a national political party which is now in power in most of the states that had major security issues, be it Assam, be it Jammu and Kashmir, be it Rajasthan where counterfeit currency was happening, be it Arunachal Pradesh, be it any border state, including Punjab, where elections are due together with UP, it is in power there. And it has an opportunity today to do something in these states in order to make India more secure. Now, if issues like Kairana, without adequate, incisive homework and understanding of what's happening there, if they are raised, it will have a snowballing impact on India's security interests, which should be, I think, not done at all by any political party. And I'm sure BJP will take a look at that.
All right, on that note, we'll have to wrap it up. Completely run out of time. Gopal, I know you want to respond. I'll invite you later to have this discussion again, because this is a topic we'll be discussing more and more repeatedly as the UP polls are near. But Vivek, Bansal, Vinod, Sharma and Gopal, Krishna, Agarwal, thank you so much for coming. And that's all in the big picture for today. Thanks so much for watching.